Hi Anti-Society, welcome back to the Antisocial Planet, and today we are checking out chapters 58 and 59 of Tower of Gods Season 2, and we had everyone showing up to the 30th floor, finally, for these workshop battles, except not everybody knows what's going on, which just, I knew that for a while we had people who didn't have all the information, but they were like very separate, they were doing their own things, but now we have everyone coming to the same place finally, and I just want them to be best friends. Like, I just want everyone to come together and express how much they've missed being around each other. And I can't keep waiting like this, but here we are with everyone sort of keeping things from each other. We have Shibitsu, who doesn't really know what's going on, Kun, who can't talk to Shibitsu and his team because of what Foog has told him, and because he has this deal about being able to be with Bomb, and then we have Bomb, who doesn't quite know everything that's going on because he's with his team, which is like half Foog, half what's left of Kun's original team. But now he's like trapped by someone, this orange-haired person with the goggles, who I'm suspicious of because he lured Bomb away and into like some kind of underground and put up these barriers from transmissions, which seems like a good way to keep away these like rock security that is there, but means that Bomb doesn't know that there's this new game happening, this like mini game happening right before they go into the workshop battles for qualifying. And it has something to do like guns. I don't know yet. Okay, we don't know fully what's going on, but it means that Bomb isn't fully part of it. He doesn't know what's going on, which makes me nervous. So we have lots of like little pieces up in the air about how they're all going to come together and see where everyone's going to end up. So let's get into chapter 58. I almost forgot the number. Okay, one-shot game. Or one opportunity game. Yes, we have the tickets. I still want to know if someone can get multiple tickets, because I feel like that's gonna happen. What? I know that the tower isn't like nice, like it is brutal in a lot of ways, but this seems very, I don't know, it just seems overly, like too overtly brutal. Like if you have the opportunity to shoot at someone and you don't use it, then you fail. See, that seems like more brutal than normal. Usually there's some kind of like puzzle, or I mean there might still be, but usually there's some kind of like mind strategy thing that goes into it, and this just feels very, I don't know, I just feel like there should be more to it. There probably is. See, this is what I said. So if you can take someone else's gun, then theoretically you can earn more tickets, maybe? You at least get more opportunity. Okay, so you can only use yours, but you can take bullets from other people. Okay, darker light. Interesting, so you can give someone a ticket. Okay, so it's not like you can hoard tickets for yourself, but you can give them to other people if you, like, steal enough bullets. Gotcha. It seems a little bit ominous. So do these particular figures. Okay, so I'm assuming this might be the personification of Blood Tamara, and then this might be White Heavenly Mirror. So you can like choose a side, basically. Are you like on the dark side or the light side? Okay, lots of little things added in. It still seems a little bit too brutal to me, but at the same time there's all these little mechanics into the game of like how you can unlock special things. Can we talk about Dan's shirt? I got distracted. Yeah, you need 2 bullets at a time. I was gonna say, can't you just like as a team be like use the light mode and everyone uses their bullet to like shoot one of the other members, which sounds ridiculous. Here we are, so that they all pass. But then I'm like, you need 2 bullets to be able to use the switch, so you'll have to steal from someone. See, that's what I'm saying too, Kun. I'm like, wouldn't it be better to be on the light side? It does seem chaotic, yes. It's one of those things where it's, I feel like maybe the brutality has just been turned up because we're about to get into like the workshop battles, which I feel like might also be brutal. I wonder how they'll be able to adjust to this, because they had like plans and strategies and stuff that they'd thrown together with the team, like Team Sweet and Sour with Kun. I wonder if they'll be able to adjust to something new happening, because I'm sure that they didn't like plan for this. Kun? I think he's just like, I have chosen the dark side. Are we surprised that Kun's like, let's choose darkness? I also feel like he isn't actually aiming at Wagnon though. I feel like maybe there's somebody behind him. I could be wrong though. Kun has surprised me before. Who we're with? Was it just so that they would run in? Was that their whole ploy? Poor Wangdun. I'm sure he did not know that was what was happening. Yeah, I was like, I don't think he'll actually shoot Wangdun. Still. Like how Dan's just like, yeah, that's what it's like. Oh no. I'm so worried about me saying like all the time. I'm just very protective. At least she's with Prince? Crazier than what already happened? I like how Kun's just like, let's go for it, you know? I feel like this game is kind of him in his element. Like, not only does he excel in doing these games and being a little bit under pressure, but I think the brutality of it just makes him like be like, all right, like he doesn't have as many qualms as other people, so he's just like, sure, let's do this. Oh, there are probably some that are like taking out their own teams. I'm like, I guess that's true, where I was like, couldn't you just help your team out? I'm like, most of them are probably not helping their team. I'm so used to like the teams that we have that actually get along and work together and have like their best interests in mind. And I forget that there are tons of people that like just put teams together because they need to get to the next part of the tower and it requires a team. And then they're like, goodbye, I do not need you anymore. Like, it's like, it had the best view. Was, and I guess like Endorsi would be quite different. She had a soft spot for Bomb, and I feel like that would have affected her. Kind of like with Kun, where like you have two people who are used to the brutality of this world and not relying on others and really don't believe in like innocence and that kind of a thing. And then you have like Bomb coming into their lives and they're like, oh, like you can be a decent person who just wants to help people out and make friends and is there to just like protect as many people as possible. And then to lose him breaks them because they like opened themselves up to the hope of that. And then losing Bomb means that like it proves that they were always right to begin with. So I can see Endorsi shifting quite a bit after what happened. I still love that, like, oh, hey, Endorsi, that, like, Hots is just, like, carrying Lorraine. That's what it's come to. Has she wrangled together some people? I like she's, like, a little bit bitter. She's, like, paparazzi. I guess that would be true if you have, like, regulars that are famous and people want to know what's going on with them, that there would be people who just, like, profit off of that. Don't say it'll be easier. I feel like that's just, like, putting bad mojo out there. I don't know, the tower games be like that. You can't get bent into shape that they're like putting themselves first. Oof, wrong thing to say. Like, even though we're gonna have like a 180 on this whole like being angry at VLA thing, wrong thing to say to them right now. Especially to talk about like, say like a victory for Foog in front of like a princess of Jihad. I'm like, bad move, don't do that. Oof, Hot's coming in. I forget that like you have people like Shibitsu and like Endorsi who are like very emotive and you can get the vibe radiating off of them. You can like feel the anger that kind of boils with them. Whereas then you have Hots who's like a very, I don't know, closed off and it's something that only breaks through every once in a while. I forget sometimes the temper that Hots has, but he does tend to have moments where he breaks through that facade. I feel like they're gonna take out some Foog members. I don't know, it's a game, right? It's not gonna let it slide. Jeez. Shibitsu mad is like a different thing for me, but they're all kind of for it. You have Anak, Endorsi, Hots, Shibitsu, like all going on like a revenge plot, and I'm kind of terrified. But it's Foog, which I have mixed feelings about. Some of them, I'm like, I think I like you. And then the other ones, I'm like, really don't like you. So it depends who they run into, who they assume is Foog. Because if it's Bomb's team, then only some of them are Foog. Some of them aren't. Some of them are Bomb. And Dorsey, I shouldn't expect better though, honestly. It's devious though. I don't like her manipulating Shibitsu because we like him, but it does make sense for her. And Dorsey with her best Kun impression. Yeah, she does have that moment of that like devious manipulation. Like, I see that. Look, all I can say is like the day when we have Kun and Dorsey and Shibitsu like all in the same place, and like hell hath no fury, like those three coming together and putting together some kind of plan of how they're gonna tear the tower down. Because if they do that, I have no doubt in my mind that they will succeed. They are terrifying on their own. Combining their forces, no thank you. I do not want any part of it. I want to watch it though. I want to watch it from a safe distance. Yeah, Bomb's not even there. Bomb has no idea what's going on. You're about to have your hands full, so I don't really trust this team to like work together. Like, I'm like, speaking of teams that might just shoot each other for the sake of winning the game, this team is very unstable. Oh, Anak, making a dramatic entrance. Definitely not just any regular. I missed her. I didn't realize how much. She's terrifying and uncontrollable, but we miss Anak. And she's a distraction. Can we just like accept that that's what's happening? Like, Anak is definitely there to like make them focus on her while the other team members do something else. Okay, next chapter. I'm like a little bit giddy because there's like some members on this where I'm like, yes, fight them. The Foog members, I'm like, go for it. Except like, I guess like some of them, I'm like, Tiny Kun against Anak. I want to see that. Is that what's gonna happen? Or is that too much to wish for? Because if you're talking about like two of the most like tiny balls of rage, I kind of want that to be a thing. Even though I don't really want them to hurt each other, I think the fight would be really cool. especially like their choice of fighting styles. Which team is stronger? Okay, Team Shibitsu without Endorsi or Team Bomb without Bomb. I feel like probably Team Bomb without Bomb, because we had Novik saying that it was like the strongest team he'd ever seen, or like the best team he'd ever seen. And I feel like even though Team Shibitsu has a lot of like really strong contenders, and I do believe in them being really good, I think from like a purely power side of things, if we're just talking about like strength stats, I'm gonna go with Team Bomb without Bomb. That's my prediction. Especially since I don't expect Foog to like play by the rules. Like I'm sure that they have like extremely powerful, well-trained people that they're putting on this team to quicken how fast Bomb can go through the levels and stuff. Look at Anak though. I love that it's enough to just show she's here. Like, agreed. She's an imposing force, but I like the acknowledgement of that. I like he's like, hang on, where's Endorsi? Teddy Bear. Is it Teddy Bear or is it the other one? Casino. Left side, Casino, right side, Teddy Bear. Teddy Bear is probably there, though. You can't hurt him, okay? Ground rules, Shibitsu, okay? And Endorsi, we don't hurt Teddy Bear. Off limits. You can throw Casino around, though. I would not mind. I'd find it therapeutic. The kind of, like, standoff of, like, them buying their time as they figure out what to do. They don't have bullets. Ooh, that's true. I'm like, it doesn't look like anyone's actually playing the game. Do they not have to because of Foog? Okay, but saying I should think of the worst case scenario makes me feel called out as a very anxious and obsessive kind of person. Why is that me anytime something happens that I haven't planned for? I feel like I should get that on like a t-shirt or something. Like I should think of the worst case scenario. That's me, daily basis. I feel like you're gonna be waiting for a while then. He's setting up a bomb? It's a whole thing. Tiny-kun asking the right questions. The like ticking down of them waiting for there to be less than 100 tickets. Ooh, everybody take a breath. Are we catching up with Bomb? Are we trusting? I feel like just this once, Bomb, be a little bit more suspicious of people around you. Haven't we learned that? It's been years of being in the tower with Foog. A little bit more caution, that's all I'm asking. I knew it was the Traveler, if I could remember him. Oh, I like how he's introducing himself as Bomb instead of Violet. Like, when was the last time he did that? Okay, so we already had it where I was like, I think Bomb was part of the experiment, but now that he's like the 25th Bomb, I'm like, that definitely sounds like the same experiment thing that was going on with Oryang and Casino, because they were numbers, right, of the different people who were in the experiment. Is that why he's the 25th? Like, there were other experiments before him? I have so many like things swirling in my head of like, I want answers for all of them. Oh, I love how he calls everyone like Mr. Like he's just like very polite, and I'm sure like the honorific makes more sense in the Korean because there's like more variation in that than there is in English. But I just love how he's overly polite. It's just, I find it very adorable. I feel like it could be sinister. I don't know. There's something kind of sinister in someone being too polite for a situation. But as of right now, it's just adorable. Okay, trying to sneak onto the Archimedes. I don't like how we're picking up the button. I don't know if I believe the story or if it's a manipulation. I'm at that point where I'm like, is it real? Is it a lie? I don't know anymore. I feel like this is also like Bomb, like being Bomb, because I know I call him Bomb because that's just like, I don't know what I'm holding on to, but we've had him very much embodying like being Violet and letting that be the character that he's playing for a while now, and I feel like this is the first time that we've seen him want to go back to being Bomb, because you can like see his eyes, he has more of an open expression, he's more willing to trust in a way that I remember him being in like season 1, and I feel like we just haven't gone back to that point. Like he feels like because he's in this closed environment with someone who doesn't know who he is, suspicious about that still, but because he feels like this is someone who doesn't know who he is, he can just let go of the like Violet persona, because he's had to like hold on to that for so long because people either already knew that that's who he was when they met him, or he needed it to like intimidate and get through certain parts of the tower, but he doesn't need to do that now. What? Why is the prize? Is it a human ignition weapon maybe? Which I'm still not great at, I don't have a good feeling about. But is that what's happening with the workshop battle? Hello? Yes, get out of the way of the explosives. Thank you. Did it not work? I feel like there's still glowing eyes. Oh, good. There's a shield. It's probably fine. Oh, it's fine. That, you can just scoot right past that. Like, there are two reactions of like, that's so cool, and like, no, Bomb's gonna fight it. He's gonna fight it. When has he ever run away from a fight? Especially since he's gotten stronger. It is pretty cool though. I'm on team cool with the design. I get that. I needed to not attack Bomb. I still feel like this is all just a distraction though. like an elaborate distraction. Hello, and Dorsey. Awkward meeting. Oh, and his hair's covering his face again. We have that completely open, saying that his name was Bomb and introducing himself that way and kind of embodying that part of who he is. And then the moment that Dorsey is there and might recognize him and see him, we get his face being covered again. He's shifting back into kind of like the safety of the Violet persona, because it's a way of like stepping away from being open and going back to the people that mattered to him, because he still feels like he can't go back to that life because he wants to protect them. Ooh, is she gonna know that it's him though? Because we had Kun who like didn't tune into it right away, and I feel like she's just looking for Violet and gonna be mad at him. Does she know, or is she gonna figure it out? We love seeing her come through though. Look at those sensible shoes. I'm sorry, just like from Dorsey, proud of her. Sensible clothing, kicking butt and taking names, dramatic entrances. We love it. I did miss all of these characters so much. Like, I knew that I did, but now that they're here, I'm just like, I love you so much. The complete disregard for the environment around her. That's also a Dorsey of like, attack first and think about the repercussions later. Oh, his face is like so hidden now. Don't shoot him. He also doesn't have any bullets, so I don't think that'll matter if she's like, you're Violet, but I'm just saying. Oh, I don't want y'all to fight each other though. But if they do fight, is he gonna have to be really careful? Because we had him using his different abilities and stuff, and that's when Kun clicked into it, because he used one of the like freezing moves that like he used way back in floor 1, and Kun was like, hang on a second. So I feel like it might be a bit of a giveaway. I like how Kun's like, trust me, and Wang Nan's like, nope, you tried to shoot me earlier. Are we using him as bait? He is very good at running and yelling. He excels at those ones. Oh, we're ending like that, where we have like Dorsey and Bomb, but not Violet meeting, and then some kind of plan going on. I just want everyone to be friends. It's like where I'm at. Anyway, I have so many feelings after that, because I want everyone to come together again and to like interact, but there's so much anxiety and like pressure to it that I'm just like, because there's like the timer kind of thing, the timer mechanic of the tickets like ticking down to under 100 for when we get like Shibitsu's team going up against, I don't know, Bomb's team, I guess. Hopefully just the Foog members, because I care about them less than the other ones who have been roped into all of this. So we have like them facing off and waiting for the right timing. Then we have like Dorsey meeting up with Violet, but it's Bomb, and we'll see if she can figure that out, if that's what happens. Dorsey tends to like act on impulse first and then think about the repercussions, which I kind of brought up. So I'm like, please do not shoot him and then figure out what's going on. Like, can we just take a breath and think a little bit? I get that we're mad at Violet because we think that he killed Kun, and I get having rage at anyone who would try to kill Kun, but like, deep breath, think it through. Maybe. Might be too much to ask. And then of course we have Kun with his own team of him deciding that he's gonna go for this whole test thing. I hope that he really goes for it. I like when Kun kind of like unleashes the darker side to him when it comes to certain games, that where he can like leverage that. I feel like the more brutal the game, the more he's able to excel, because he doesn't have the same hesitation as some other people with that kind of stuff. So we'll see how he works, what his game plan is, what he's trying to get out of this whole thing. I know he's trying to get some extra items, so we'll see which ones he ends up going for the most and see how we all end up. Because at the moment, like, there are people who don't have bullets who like aren't actively participating, especially Bomb. Like, he does not have a bullet or a gun to like participate in this. How are we gonna fix that? I guess someone could like give him a ticket, but still, we'll have to wait and see, I suppose. You can click this playlist to go see my previous reactions, or you can subscribe so next time I post a Tower of God reaction, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!